Hi, my name is Stephen McGee and I'm the author of Electrical Forensics. And about an hour ago we irradiated some egg whites with this pink cell phone. And here are those egg whites. We had a test set of egg whites and we had a control set. So this control never got exposed to the phone, whereas this test set of eggs was exposed to an hour-long phone call. And it's about an hour after we did the experiment. And we're going to have a little look at what's going on with these eggs. So I've put a little background in there. So what I'm going to do, we're going to lift that up so you can see what's going on. So on initial inspection, they look quite comparable, but when you look a little bit closer, you actually find that these eggs are actually a little bit different in their thickness. Now they're out of the same batch, they had the same processing for the experiment, and then they were divided up, and this is how they are. So the eggs on the right appear to be much more free-flowing than the eggs on the left. I'm going to have a little closer look as to what's going on in here. I'm particularly interested in this. This is something that is floating around in the egg. And it's like a lump of jello. You see that? Okay, I'm going to put it back in. It won't even come off. It's a very stringy piece of jello-like substance that has formed in the test bowl. So I'm going to have to wipe this off on the side. There we go. Now, there's something floating around in this one. I think it's just bubbles, but we're gonna have a little look, see exactly what that is. So this also has a very jello-like substance in the control. So it appears that that is nothing really to worry about. So now we've got our little jello piece of substance out. Let's have a little look at what's going on with these. Now what I'm seeing in the test is a thickening of the liquid, and the liquid seems to have structure in it that is not present on the control. I'm not too sure how well it's coming out. The egg always has some form of structure to it, but it seems to be much thicker in the test bowl. So let's lift it up and see what's going on. And how it appears, you can see it in the liquid itself, but in this one, the stuff floating around in the fluid, it doesn't seem to be present in here. So I'm going to see whether I can fish some of this stuff out. Okay, so that's the structure. Okay, let's have a little look at the other one. Certainly seems to be thinner. And this is what it was like before we actually started the experiment is that both containers were very runny. You see that this one's much thicker. And this one had the irradiation for an hour. You can clearly see that the solution is far thicker. The solution has changed. So that's my conclusion with these egg experiments, is that when you irradiate egg with a cell phone, you change the structure of it. Now, I'm an electromagnetic radiation researcher, and I've been called out in the past to homes where the people are saying that the electromagnetic fields were making them sick. And I can tell you, after visiting some of those homes, you see a wide variety of health issues for a few days afterwards, and they seem to last sometimes up to a week. And it probably is related to the effect that we're seeing here. If we were to do this in a laboratory and monitor how these eggs changed over a week, we may actually see some interesting changes in the egg, but definitely got stringy eggs in this one. So let's go back to this one. There's no string on this. It's totally a different solution. So irradiating the eggs for an hour has profoundly changed the structure of the egg whites. It's completely different. It's much, much thinner. So let's have one last look at this. Yep, getting big drips on this one. This is a thicker solution, much more stringy solution after an hour of radio frequency exposure. Okay, let's just do the tilt test one more time. So I'm going to tilt them up and we can see what happens. Let's have a little look at the colour. So this is our test, and this one is our control. I'm going to let them go back down. So you can see the flow rates are different. Up. And I'm going to let it go down. So that's irradiating eggs with a pink cell phone. I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and I wish you the very best of health. Thank you.